From hidden fees to sneaky tricks, airlines have some juicy secrets they wish you never learn, because once you do, flying will never feel the same again. Do you want to know why? Taking a flight isn't just about booking a ticket and showing up at the airport. Airlines have mastered this game, but passengers are often uninformed. Every step from check-in to landing is carefully designed to benefit the airlines more than the travelers. You might think you know how air travel works, but there are hidden strategies they use that you've never imagined. Get ready to see beyond the glossy ads and learn what airlines hope you never find out. If you've yet to subscribe to this channel, do so, and let's dive in. Number 15. Hidden tickets. This is one of the sneakiest tricks airlines use to make you pay more without realizing it. That cheap ticket isn't always a bargain. Airlines often use hidden fees to make you spend more than expected. Want to check a bag? That's extra. If you prefer a window seat or sitting next to your travel buddy, that incurs additional fees. Printing your boarding pass at the airport might also cost you. Budget airlines take it even further, such that food and drinks aren't free, not even water. By the time you add everything up, that low-priced flight isn't so cheap after all. To avoid these excess charges, read the fine print, bring your own snacks, and never assume anything is free, because airlines will always want you to spend more. Number 14. Overbooking flights. Airlines also have another trick up their sleeve that most passengers don't realize. They sell more tickets than the available seats on the plane. It's called overbooking, and it happens because airlines bet that some travelers won't show up. When everyone does show up, chaos begins. You might hear, "Sorry, we don't have a seat for you." They do this to keep flights full and profits high. To avoid this, check in early, as airlines usually remove the last passengers to board. Also, avoid budget tickets, because cheaper fares are often the first ones to get removed. If it ever happens to you, don't settle for the first offer. Now that you know the game, don't let overbooking ruin your trip. Number 13. The real cost of cheap tickets. Cheap tickets might seem like a great deal until you realize what you're actually paying for. Airlines know that people love low prices, so they slash fares to grab attention. But that cheap ticket isn't really cheap once you add up all the hidden costs and inconveniences. First, budget tickets often come with terrible flight times. You might have to catch a flight at 4 a.m. or deal with a long layover that leaves you stuck in an airport for 10 hours. Then there are extra fees. Even carry-on luggage could cost you. By the time you add up everything, that low-cost flight might end up costing the same as a regular ticket. Budget airlines also squeeze as many seats as possible into their planes, giving you barely any room to rest your feet. Some don't even offer free snacks or water, meaning you'll have to pay just to stay hydrated. Before you take the cheapest ticket you find, look beyond the price. Compare flight times and ask yourself if the stress is really worth it. Number 12. Dirtiest spots on the plane. Airplane bathrooms aren't the only germ hotspots. Tray tablets, seat belts, overhead bin handles, and even blankets can be loaded with bacteria. Airlines clean between flights, but not everything gets properly scrubbed. Passengers touch these surfaces with dirty hands, used tissues, and more, making them breeding grounds for germs. Want to stay safe? Bring disinfectant wipes, clean the surface you'll touch, and keep hand sanitizer handy. No need to panic, just a little caution can help you avoid picking up germs. Number 11. Why flights get delayed. Has your flight ever been delayed? Maybe you book a ticket, rushed to the airport, got through security, and then, bam, you were delayed. You must know that bad weather is not the only reason flights get delayed. Sometimes it's the aircraft arriving late, mechanical issues, or too much air traffic. Pilots and crews also have strict work limits, and if replacements aren't available, flights stall. Security concerns like suspicious bags or unruly passengers can add to the chaos. You can't stop delays, but you can be ready. Always check your flight status, and if you encounter any issues, request compensation. Airlines may owe you more than just an apology. Number 10. The truth about airline food. Airplane food tastes a little off for a reason. It's not just your imagination. Low cabin pressure messes with your taste buds, making flavors taste off. To spice it up, airline kitchen staff add extra salt and seasoning to your food. Despite the freshly made labels, your meal was actually prepared hours earlier, chilled, and reheated before serving. There's no real kitchen on board, just microwaves warming up pre-cooked food. So what you're eating isn't freshly made, it's just freshly heated. Number 9. How airlines choose who to bump. Ever wondered how airlines decide who loses their seat on an overbooked flight? They ask for volunteers, offering cash, hotel stays, or flight upgrades. But if no one bites, they start bumping people based on a secret priority list. If you booked the cheapest ticket, don't have a reserved seat, or used a discount site, you're more likely to be removed. In such cases, frequent flyers and business travelers are generally safe. But what about flying for free as an airline employee or family member? You're first in line to get bumped. It's better to check in early, pick a seat, and avoid basic economy fares. If you are bumped, demand compensation. You may get more than just a meal voucher. Number 8. The real reason for dimming lights. Have you ever noticed how cabin lights are dimmed before takeoff and landing? It's not just about helping you relax. It's a safety trick airlines don't talk about much. Your eyes need time to adjust to darkness, and dimming the lights helps them to do that. If there's an emergency and passengers need to evacuate quickly, their vision will already be adapted to low light, making it easier to spot exit signs and navigate safely. It's also helpful in seeing outside the plane. If something goes wrong, passengers and crew can quickly identify fire, debris, or other hazards. Number 7. The truth about oxygen masks. Oxygen masks on airplanes aren't just there for show. They're your lifeline when cabin pressure drops. Without them, you could pass out in seconds because the air becomes too thin to breathe. However, they only last about 15 to 20 minutes. That's enough time for the pilot to descend to a safer altitude where you can breathe normally again. No, the oxygen isn't there to calm you down like some movies suggest. It's purely for survival. Without it, you would experience hypoxia, which makes you dizzy, confused, and eventually unconscious. Always wear yours. Number 6. Pilots sleep during flights. Pilots do sleep during flights, but it's completely normal and safe. On long-haul trips, they take turns resting in specially designed sleep areas hidden from view. Some planes have special bunk rooms, while others let pilots nap in business-class seats. Short naps in the cockpit are even allowed. Studies show they help pilots stay more alert. Number 5. Why ticket prices change constantly. Airline ticket prices constantly fluctuate because airlines use smart algorithms that adjust fares based on demand, competition, and booking patterns. Popular flights tend to become more expensive, while empty seats can result in last-minute discounts. Even the day you book matters. Number 4. Flight attendants have secret codes. Flight attendants can use secret codes to communicate discreetly about emergencies and passengers. Code 300 means someone has died on board. Squawk 7500 signals a hijacking, and Code Yellow refers to a medical issue. They also use nicknames like Mermaid for a passenger hogging multiple seats or Gate Lice for people crowding the boarding area too early. Number 3. Airplane water isn't always clean. Airplane water used for tea, coffee, and even hand washing comes from onboard tanks that aren't cleaned often. Studies have found bacteria including Escherichia coli in some airline water supplies. This is because these tanks are rarely emptied and disinfected. Instead, they're just topped off between flights. That means old water sits there for long periods, allowing bacteria to grow. Avoid drinking such water and stick to bottled beverages only. Number 2. Your luggage might not be on your flight. Airlines use complex baggage systems, and sometimes bags get rerouted, delayed, or even sent to the wrong destination. If a flight is overweight, some luggage might be left behind and sent on a later flight. Bags also go missing due to tight connections. Human error also plays a role as tags get misread, conveyor belts jam, and sometimes bags simply disappear into the system. To reduce the risk of missing your luggage, always clearly label your bag, keep valuables in your carry-on, and track your luggage with an AirTag or GPS tracker. Number 1. The best time to book your flights. Airline ticket prices follow certain patterns, and knowing the right time to book can save you serious cash. Research shows that Tuesdays and Wednesdays are often the cheapest days to book, while weekends tend to be more expensive. However, timing matters even more. Booking 21 to 52 days before departure is usually the sweet spot for domestic flights, with 38 days being the best time for the lowest fares. For international travel, booking 50 to 101 days in advance gives you the best chance of a deal. Next time before you book a flight, be vigilant. The more you know, the less likely you are to have regrets later on. Which of these flight secrets are you glad to finally discover? Let us know in the comments. If you have any other juicy secrets. Enjoyed this insightful video? Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more. See you next time. Fly safe.